Well, Cabinet says South Africa will complete its analog television switch-off by next March. It comes as the country's digital migration program runs over a decade behind schedule. For more on this, we're joined by BUA Africa CEO Thulani NgesI. Mr. NgesI, good evening to you, and thank you so much for your time tonight. Firstly, your reaction to the plans announced by the minister today about how the switch-off effectively from analog to digital will take place.
Good evening, Katie and the viewers. I am happy with the strategy which the minister has announced. Fortunately, I was involved. They engaged me before she could, come up with a strategy. I was part of the preparations of the strategy. It's good because now she's speeding up the migration. It's going to happen concurrently, and it's an integrated strategy which covers the entire country, which is the 9 provinces. But initially, we're focusing on province to province, but now we are doing an integrated approach which encompasses and covers the entire country.
One of the challenges, of course, is the fact that the distribution of set-top boxes has not taken place at the rate that would enable a smooth switch-off, at least by the first date, which is supposed to be in November.
Well, we, as the manufacturer and the industry, is supporting government. We have made boxes available, and I think the processes within government that might have caused the delay, but all that, it's in the past. We've come up, government and the stakeholders and all the entities which are involved in the process have come up with a strategy which will, push and make a turnaround, on the slow pace of the migration. So that's the thing of the past. Yes, I agree. There was a slow pace, but now that is a thing of the past. We are pushing by all means to reach the target.
When you talk about the intervention strategies, do you mean the inclusion of the post office for distribution of some of those set-top boxes for people who can go to the post office?
Yes, and also the installers, because if you don't have a force of installers, you cannot install a box. So now there are installers all over the country who are ready and who actually have started to do installations.
What about the challenges that are facing the post office? I mean, we know that there are hardly any functional post offices in the country. They've not only been hit by financial woes where some of their workers and benefits have not been paid for months now. You also have in some areas where post offices are also being kicked out of buildings because they're not keeping up to date with their rental payments. So what kind of impact do you think the challenges that the post office is having as an institution will then have on the rollout of this program, especially if it forms such a core of being able to meet some of those deadlines? I believe the deadline is actually the end of October.
Casey, I'm coming in as the manufacturer. I do what I know best. It's done as a manufacturer. Post office can answer what's happening in post office, and the department is best suited to answer that question. I cannot answer a question of what's happening with post office. That question can be directed to post office. But on our side as manufacturers and the suppliers, we are ready. We bought the boxes. We are supporting government in this process to finalize the migration.
How many boxes have you had to produce?
In the initial rollout, there were 1.5 million set-top boxes which were made available. In the current, migration or process, which the minister has pushed, because it's only a gap which was left in the previous program. So we have made boxes available. There are boxes between 2 and 3 million boxes that are made available.
So between 2 and 3 million boxes for distribution nationwide?
Yes.
Okay, and how much does a set-top cost each?
Well, because this is a government migration, and that question is rather be directed to the department.
But you're the manufacturer.
I am the manufacturer, yes, and the manufacturer is the spec of the client. So I cannot come and say this is how much I charge for a box. So there are so many components that are taking place in the process and also in the pricing. So I cannot just give you a direct answer.
So you can't tell us how much government is paying for it, but how much do you charge for making it?
Currently, you can go anywhere. Go to take a lot. Go to any retail. You will see the prices of the box that are currently in the market. The current boxes now that are in market are ranging between 400 to 600 rands that are there in the market. So it depends to the budget of government. But this current phase of migration, I am quite aware that it will be the assistance will come also from the broadcasters, because the broadcasters are taking the lead now on this current phase.
So effectively, you're saying that the costing of your set-top boxes is in line with what is out there in the rest of the market?
Yes.
All right. I suppose that's about as much as I'm going to get out of you, isn't it, Mr. NgesI?
Pardon?
I'm saying I suppose that's about as much as I'm going to get out of you. How much can I buy a set-top from BUA Afrika for? This is me putting in an application for a quote. How much can you invoice me for one?
I'm a manufacturer.
But I'm a customer.
I don't sell to individuals. I sell to big clients who are giving me huge volumes, so that we can actually. It can be cost effective also for us in manufacturing. You cannot come and say you want a decoder and then I must charge you, and the value of costing your one box, it's actually equals the same amount as costing for someone who will be taking million decoders.
Mr. NgesI, let's leave it there for tonight. Thulani NgesI, he is the BUA Afrika CEO. All right,